All right, there we go. There we go. Can you guys hear me all right? How's everything? How is everybody? Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Hopefully everybody had a really nice holiday weekend. Actually, last 2 weeks. Yeah, absolutely. Happy New Year, man. It's been a really nice start to the year here in sunny South Florida. We've had some beautiful weather, and yeah, I'm ready to get back into some trading. You know, it was nice to get a little breather the last 2 weeks. Not really having to worry about much. But yeah, let's dive into it. You love it, right? Yeah, I love it. Those of you guys that don't know it, just search it. Just Google search it. GFY. That was probably my go-to catchphrase when I was when I was working. So absolutely. I'll tell you what, how does this sound? Hold on, let me see. I think I got this new microphone and I like it. I think I'm going to start using some different effects. I don't know. Let me I think I can do an entire session in maybe this. I don't know. Let's go. Let's see. Alrighty, let's dive into it. So everybody knows it's the first, it is the start of the year, first week of the month. So we are in NFP week, right? So for me, immediately I'm already starting to really look at some US dollar crosses and some Canadian dollar crosses, right? That I'm screaming on YouTube, or you mean streaming? Yeah, maybe streaming. So just to kind of, really put together what I'm looking at, obviously dollar and Canadian are really what I'm going to be focused on. Essentially, I'm still bullish on the dollar, right? So everything this, I'd be looking for buys. Everything this, I'm looking for sells. I'm also going to be looking still with AC and NC, right? Australian, Canadian, New Zealand, Canadian. I'm still looking for some shorts on it. I'm also looking for USD CAD buys, right? Everything for me is pointing to the upside on that. And I think the last CAD pair I'm looking at is CAD Chef, and we'll kind of dive into what CAD Chef is doing. But I'm still bearish on it. I'm still looking for sells. So we'll dive into it. Obviously, Friday is going to be the big, the big news event that, I'm anticipating some really horrible numbers. I mean, I don't know if you've seen this, but they're talking about just on this, they are talking about well, actually, hold on. That is 4.3. Yeah. They're talking about a projection of 426,000 jobs being added, and I don't think they're going to hit the mark on that. I think we're going to fall very short. You can see that last month they were projecting 553, who came in at 210, but that really didn't stop the dollar from continuing to be bullish, right? So going with that, I'm still, again, the technicals still line up for a bullish dollar. So let's jump into trading views, see what we got. I'll go through what I'm looking at. If you guys got something that you're looking at, we'll dive into it. Alrighty. Let us, where is, redid my office. So I've got monitors all over the place. I got my mining rig over here. That's my test bench. And if you guys haven't had the chance, I dropped 2 videos on my crypto session. One for pre-search, the other for Flux. I definitely suggest looking into both of them. Make your own decision, read the white paper, see what you want to do with it. But I can tell you that I've been in the Flux game for going on 8 months. And I'm very happy with my profits. I'm very happy with what, the projections of where it's going and stuff like that. Okay. turn off this light. All righty. Yeah, happy New Year to everybody, man. Absolutely. Okay. So carrying over, let's just dive into it. Everything I've got open, right? I decided to hold or keep open some pairs from the new year. Obviously, I've got my new books. My new journal books are set. I'm ready to go. Have yet to take a trade this year. I'm just waiting. So we'll see. We'll see how the continuation plays out. First and foremost, my baby right here, Chef JPY. I have finally I've broken the 1 to 650 R to R with it. I am still holding. We are actually, I'm hoping that we can get 1,000 pips in profit. It is sitting at 946 in profit on both orders. So I'm pretty happy with where it's at. Nothing about this price action right here is telling me I should start closing that trade out. So, I've taken the partials that I'm going to take, and from there, I'm just going to let it ride out. Where am I taking Chef JPY up to? Again, I was talking about this distribution right in here, and 134 is where I'm looking to take it into, right? Anywhere between like 133, 134, I want to play into this distribution where I'll start looking for hedges. I don't know how long it's going to take, a couple more months probably, but I'm happy with where I got in. And where are we at here? The more, I guess, smaller or, I guess it'd be the smaller risk order is sitting at a 1 to 123 off that 7.6 pip stop. And that one that I threw 50 bucks at on the 1.4 is sitting at a 1 to 675. But with the spread included, it's actually more like 650. So you reckon as we're bullish on dollar, that means the same for oil? So dollar and oil don't actually correlate, but yes, I'm bullish on oil. Yeah, I'm bullish on oil. So anyway, what do I see coming up for Chef JPY? I'm going to be looking for continuation plays, right? So we're in a bullish market, bullish across the board. Obviously, we've never given that pullback that I wanted us to come into. We came in, we reaccumulated. Here's your attempted distribution, right? And then what do? We get an accumulation. So on a higher time frame, a distribution with an accumulation and a creek and a break of structure is what? It's a reaccumulation. So we've just been seeing on a fractal side, multiple accumulations and reaccumulations. So continuation plays. So if I am bullish on higher time frame, intraday, and lower time frame, the first place I got to play out of is order flow, right? So where I'm looking at is this most recent reaccumulation that occurred this week. You could see the attempted distribution. We ended up sweeping liquidity, essentially making ourselves a shakeout, right? And then from there, this is the cause of this leg. So where I'm going to be looking ideally right here in London, or in this case, Frankfurt's price action, or into New York's price action down here. So yeah, man, we'll take a look at it. We'll get to it when I get to Nzd Cad here. But this is what I'm looking short term, right? I'm gonna be giving a little bit of risk. Obviously, when I play order flow plays, my risk is reduced. But I'm gonna be looking for continuation moves on Chef JPY. And if this ends up getting taken, right, then I'm just gonna move back into what structure is. And structure is being maintained out of this accumulation, right? So if price does come down here, I'm going to be looking probably in this price action right here is where the first area I'm going to be looking at. All right. So Chef JPY continuations to the upside. Like I said, I'm looking for bullishness on everything against the yen. All right. Everything against the yen is what I'm going to be going at. And that kind of bodes well with what we're seeing on US indices. I correlate the Japanese yen futures with US indices. So we're seeing all the indication of, of that diametrically opposed correlation. All right. Moving on, EG. So EG has made a new low, and EG is sitting right on that 80% of our weekly candle. Now, I am pretty, I wouldn't say that I'd put a large wager on it, but I really don't see a lot of strength coming into EG. All right. What I do see is a very large distribution that I've been following. This was actually the first distribution that I started tracking when I first came into Wyckoff. A very long time ago. Back in August 2019 is where I started to really start trading Wyckoff, and this is where I started developing what EG's bias was. And again, I'm looking for us to come either into here or into here. So I'm trying to get into it. Okay, I am holding partials from my sell, and this is why I don't close trades. Right, for me, it's just partial out. So I am in this, actually, I got stopped out here at break even, but I am still in this position here, right? So this position here is roughly, I don't know, like 300 and something pips in profit still. I have no desire to close out. I have taken some more partials, but you can see that this distribution is now essentially what is creating this leg, right? We have now created a new lower time frame leg right here. And we're trading into that weekly structure, right? All I did was just measure out the weekly move, and 80% of this weekly candle sits right here where we're sitting at, all right? Didn't we invalidate supply after taking the high? We talking about a lower time frame? So let me ask you a question. When we look at this chart, let me hide the drawings. When you look at this chart, and here, let's do this right here. At any point here, has supply been taken out? I take the full volume candle, I take the bottom. So where has supply, and I guess I'll ask you this, right? Hold on. Let me enable, actually I think I do, right? You can annotate on here, right? Yeah, where do you think supply was taken out at? Right there. And why do you think that is your main supply point? So the reason I'm asking is this: always go back because it created a new low. Okay. Go back to your market cycle, right? Highs and lows mean nothing. Exactly. There you go, Ivan. It was just the SC, man. It was just the SC, right? Because what we have here is a redistribution, right? Redistributions cannot maintain structure. They cannot maintain structure. So all you have, right? Supply is in control from up here, right? This is where supply is in control from. This is their distribution, right? That took out this redistro that then came into here. And all they did, right? All they did was come back to mitigate this move. Why is Slingshot abbreviated SC? My mouse. Slingshot candle. That's why. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So for me, it was just this right here is your shakeout of your redistribution right here. This is where you're in control from, right? I was honestly hoping, I mean, I don't know if you could still see it, but I had an entry sitting right here that we missed. It just never came back up there. You know, which was a real shame. You know, I was really hoping to catch that move. But yeah, we're still, I mean, when you look at it, all of this supply is still in control. Sellers are still controlling this. There's absolutely no evidence of any huge movement. You know, this for me, this accumulation was their best attempt. This right here, we should have punched right through. Had we punched up and taken out this high, then I would have been looking for some long-term buys. All right. But now where we're sitting at, even going down to a 1 minute, just look at what New York session brought us today. I mean, not a lot, right? Not a lot. And this is something, I guess I was looking at it this morning, right? Yeah, I was looking at it this morning. I wanted to see us essentially create that bullish momentum. We never did, right? I wanted to get this up because I wanted to sell from here, right? I was looking for a sell. My audio is rising and falling. All right, hold on. Let us do this. Hold on. We're going to do this.
All right, there we go. Is that better? Yeah, no, it is a directional mic. I have different settings on it, but the kids are in the other room watching a movie. And if I do it to where it's all around, you guys will probably hear the movie in the background because I got that thing on surround sounds like blaring. I can hear it through my door. Okay. This is hella cracky. It's a little close. How about that? Hold on. Is that better? Yeah. All right. There we go. All right. Cool. Anyway, I was looking for a sell this morning out of this right here, and we just never got any kind of sign of taking this thing up here, you know. So I'm going to continue to be shorting this, right? Yeah, I'm going to be continuing to short this until it tells me not to. I mean, even order flow is still bearish. So you could see we're starting to build something here. I'll keep an eye on it. You know, this is one of those instances where we are in an area where I will look for buys, contrary to what structure is telling me, just because of the higher time frame. Okay. So that's kind of what I'll be doing with it. All right. Any good books understand economics and trading? So Larry Williams has a really good book, actually. Hold on. That really dives into like economics. Let me see here. Hold on. Give me a second. As soon as I find the stupid thing. Here we go. All right. So that Forex books. So I would say this one book, The Secret of Selecting Stocks for Immediate and Substantial Gains by Larry Williams, was actually a pretty good book that he goes into a lot of the fundamentals. Larry Williams in general is a pretty outstanding trading author. So I would dive into that. Okay. That was lower time frame structure though, right? The intraday SC. Yes. Yeah. We broke lower time frame structure. Yeah. And now we're back to being bearish again. So yeah. Yep. You're right, man. Okay. This sounds terrible. Really? Oh, geez, man. I don't know what the heck. YouTube, the YouTube guys are saying the mic's horrible, and now, all right, we'll see. Would you wait for the distro on the 5-minute chart for EG? Yeah, I'm going to wait for a distro. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. All right, no worries. Yeah, I'm going to wait for the distro. I'm still going to wait for the distro there, right? For me, this is New York price or London price action. You know, sweep the Asian highs, come on in there, and then make the new low. That's what I'll be waiting for. All right, and we'll see what happens with it. Yeah. Alrighty, so that's EG. Yeah, and I'm going to continue to look for the sells on it. Alrighty. For me, no, I mean, I have a limit order, but it's nowhere close. My limit order is going to be not out of order flow. It's going to be out of structure, right? So, I have a limit order set right here. That's a limit order I have. And then potentially there's a possibility of a limit order here. I've got just a small limit order sitting in here, but that's it. Yeah. I mean, that's really, I mean, we're talking 200 plus pips for it to get back up here. So it's nowhere near where I want to get, I want to put risk on. Why don't I trade stocks? Because for me to trade stocks, I'm only going to get a 1 to 50 leverage, and the R to R on stocks for me is nowhere close to what I get on, on Forex currencies and even on the future side. I mean, you definitely get better R to R trading on the future side than just regular stocks. So that's why, I mean, I used to trade stocks. I mean, I still invest in them. I just don't trade them anymore. I still have a ton of stocks that I hold, but it's not worth the R to R. I would normally get maybe like a 2% return, 3% return sometimes. And, I'm getting on some of the plays I'm doing, I'm getting a 50% return, 80% return. Heck, you jump into some of those crypto things and, you're seeing a 2000% return on some of them. So yeah. Anyway, so this is EG. I'm continuing to look for shorts. Obviously I'm going to play order flow out of this right here, if we can get back up there. And I'm just going to be playing the continuation move. All right. EU, I'll tell you, EU, I have no interest whatsoever on doing anything with EU right now. I've been talking about it for going on, over a month now. EU has just been in a 42-day just range. I talked about I wanted to sell from up here if we came, or if we came up into structure. We have yet to do any of that. I'm in no rush because I am holding, where am I holding? I'm holding 2 EU cells. Oh yeah, okay. I'm still holding this one from September. So I'm in this cell still. Again, no real reason for me to close out. That Xmas Wix. Yeah, I mean, the Christmas price action was just crap. So no, there was absolutely no volume coming in. So that's why you're seeing, price had to jump the order books to get filled. Yeah, but so EU, I'm still short on it. If we look at it from this perspective, EU has yet to show any signs of strength, right? Much like dollar index, right? We jump over to dollar index and we just compare it. There we go. We compare dollar index and we have yet to really show any sign of weakness, right? I mean, this thing is still just bullish to me. Now we are in an area, right? We are in a valid area for me to look for that weakness. But like I said, for going on almost 45 days, we have yet to show any weakness whatsoever in dollar index. To the contrary, we've come out and we've mitigated very cleanly out of some of these positions. From an order flow perspective, we're still here. Everything here is just noise, and we are still within these two ranges right here. So my expectation is this is going to be probably a long, drawn out distribution. Eventually we're going to get that spike into what I believe is probably going to be right up here. You know, this 80% area is where I'd be looking, but I mean, you can see we've got that. Now, until we actually break, and that's why I got my alert here, because we can probably see something like this effect. And until we actually break, I'm not going to be shorting anything on the dollar yet, right? Because we can easily just do that. Okay. So I'm going to be very, I'm going to be very cautious about trying to do something with it. That's premature. I'm just going to wait for the proper confirmations. Yeah. So with that being said, though, if we do break this high, I've been talking about it for a very long time. We are coming here, right? We are coming here without a doubt. So, and you can just see, I mean, hide my drawings real quick. And you can see exactly what we're doing, right? We've essentially accumulated in demand. We've reaccumulated. Same thing, I'm anticipating we're going to do that because we really need to get up into this COVID spike. And if there's ever a time that they're going to come back and mitigate that, it should be now, especially with the way that they've been manipulating dollar index for so long. Okay. So with EU, I'm bearish on it. I just have no desire to get into any trades while I'm seeing this price action right here. Okay. Yeah. So, all right, moving on to NZD. Let's see what you got here. Do you think that it could be crazy? Wait, do you think that could be a crazy spike on DXY? What do you mean a crazy spike? For it to go up to 102? No, I think it's going to be gradual. I don't think, just keep in mind, like for them to really push price up that high, there's got to be a lot of money behind it. And I think what they're doing here is just building all of this, and all of this. They're doing it in a concerted effort, right? What they're doing is they're luring investors into dollar index to try to get that dollar to continue to go higher. I don't think we're going to get a crazy spike like this. Unless, well, I don't know. I don't know what it would take to get just, and keep in mind this, right? Keep in mind that the Federal Reserve, old Jerome Jay Powell has already said that expect in Q2, Q3, and Q4 a rate hike. So, we're, anytime April, May, June, we're going to see that rate hike. Now, that could be a catalyst to get this into here, because if that rate hike goes through, we're going to potentially see, from an economic standpoint, we're going to see the dollar index appreciate. Just depends on what that number is and whether or not it surpasses their forecast. Okay. Can you go over how you play your ranges, or how you actually label your range? Label my range? What do you mean label the range? GU, I'm still bearish on too as well. And GU's on my primary, so we'll go through it. So cryptos can pull back hard. Well, I'm hoping. I mean, just go to the main one, right? Go to BTC. I've been talking about this for a long time, right? I've been talking that I really expect, and I'm hoping, I mean, from an investment standpoint, I'm hoping. I'm seeing 32,000 is where I'm looking. Somewhere in this neighborhood right here on BTC is where I want it to come. It has to, I mean, it doesn't have to, right? Because we did come into the 42,000 where I was expecting us to come in, right? This is our slingshot, right? This is the reaccumulation that caused the break of structure. But this is the extreme, right? This is your leg. So can that price trade back into our extreme before making our next high? Absolutely. And how many people, right? Just think mass, the mass effect of this. How many people are going to be calling the end of crypto when it gets to 32,000 on BTC, seeing it go, from almost 70K down to 32,000? People are going to flip out of their mind. People are going to be selling their coins. And the reason I'm personally looking for that is, many of you guys know that I'm very diversified in crypto. Not only do I invest in it, I mine it, I stake it. You know, I'm running master nodes, and you know, with crypto, and again, it's not a 1-year plan for me. I have a long-term goal with this. So as crypto continues to shoot lower with the dollar index going higher, a lot of the hash rate is going to open up, meaning people are going to stop mining. People are going to stop, you know, running nodes, and that's just going to be more profit. Not at that time, but it's going to be more coins that I'm able to accumulate. And then when crypto makes that next push, well, you know, the coins I got at 32K are going to be are going to be worth more when it hits 70, you know, or 80 or 90. So I'm expecting it, you know, everybody that, you know, I've been talking to on crypto side, you know, I've got I've got money on the sidelines just waiting for the big push. You know, I did go ahead and dollar cost average on a lot of the cryptos where they started accumulating, because across the board they've just accumulated, and I like it. So, but yeah, we'll talk about crypto at the end. Absolutely. Let's see. Yep. Okay, cool. And then let's see. Is it valid to believe that the DXY must mitigate up to that COVID spike for it to? It doesn't need to, right? I mean, well, it will eventually. It just, there's no time gap, right? Just remember this, that spike on dollar index, this spike on dollar index, right? This move was a manipulated move that caused this push, right? So in here are buy orders that need to be mitigated out. But it's an institution that did that. You know, if you think, you know, and this is something maybe, you know, definitely it'll open some people's eyes on and stuff, right? But don't think that institutions, right? Don't think that the banks make money by manipulating the market and taking my stop loss order. They don't. Don't think that they make money essentially doing this. No. What in reality, what is a bank's reasoning for making this move and then making this move and then making this move? All it is to move funds, right? This is how they move money. This is how, it's not how they profit, right? It's how they move money. How they profit is every other way besides actually entering in the market and moving price into a specific area, right? This is how they are able to move large sums of money and store large sums of money, right? This is a big smoke and mirrors game for banks, right? Where as traders, you know, you're making money by actually conducting these trades. So do they need to come back here? Eventually they do. They need to close out of that buy, but it could be years before they go back. You know, they don't have a stop loss. They can weather drawdown because they have the most money out of everybody in this whole wide world. All right. Do you think emergency rate hikes are possible like England and New Zealand did? Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. People have been telling, yeah, let them. Listen, you know what's going to happen is when they wake up one morning and they see BTC's down 20% and it's creeping into the 30s, they're going to be flipping out, and you're already ready for it, right? I mean, I'm prepared for it. Listen, last May when we got that big sell-off, you know, I went on a shopping spree, and you know, I'm looking to do the same thing. You know, I want discounted prices. So, yeah. Do you see divergence between what, DXY and GU? So why do you correlate GU and DXY? I guess is the question. Like I honestly don't correlate dollar index with GY. No, geez, I can't even talk, man. Goodness. GU. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Let's go up to the daily. Yeah, I mean, it's a second here. There we go. Yeah, for me, I don't necessarily correlate it 100%. I mean, you've got some spikes, like you could see this spike here, right? But this spike here happens on every US dollar cross, you know. How do you mark your how do you mark your external range and your internal range? I don't know what an external range and an internal range are. So I don't know. I don't mark it. I mean, I guess that'd be my answer. You're anticipating, hoping for even lower. Well, I'll tell you, if BTC goes below 32,000, we've entered a bear market, and that's going to cause a lot of big whale investors to pull the plug. You know, people that got in at 3,600, 10,000, 12,000, 16,000. I think if they break below 30,000, I think you're gonna see massive profits taken out of there, and you're gonna see BTC really dive. So, yeah, okay. So let's get back into this. Let's go over to Nzd Cad real quick, and then we'll get into GU in a minute. Let's go over to Nzd Cad though. All right, so what do you got here? You got on the 30-minute. I just got to put my AC down. Okay. I think I got the same thing. We'll see. Hold on. I think I got the same thing. So Nzd Cad, yeah, we're bearish, right? I mean, when we broke intraday structure right here, you've got your distribution that caused it, and then you got your redistribution that is the slingshot, essentially, that created the move. And again, I'm looking to come all the way down into this COVID spike. That's where I'm looking to target it. So this is one of those that I'm holding still out of the distribution up in here. I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm actually looking. Yeah, so we're looking at the same thing. Yeah. I'm actually looking for price now to come back up into, essentially we have the distro, a redistro. Within our redistribution and our shakeout, we have a type 1 distribution. So where I'm going to be looking. Do you have a candle? 80. You just measured it. I gotcha. For me, it's the 61-minute. But yeah, I'm looking in here. We have a really clean. You think there's divergence between NCAD? You got the 61? Good. Yep, I'm looking at the same thing. So divergence between ACAD and NCAD on what time frame? Yeah, so here's your trading range, right? Here's your climax, your test, your up thrust, or your secondary test, depending on if you want to count. I don't know if that wick actually was real. And then you get your UTAD. So I'm playing out of this, which for me is the 61. Yeah. 61-minute full volume candle. That's where I'm looking to play out of right here. NCAD gave a higher UTAD. A higher UTAD than what though? So you're saying divergence between NCAD and ACAD. So yeah, you gotta be a little, you're talking about this. I think maybe this, right? Yeah, so you're talking, so you're talking about this. Talking about that? Yeah, but so what's the divergence telling you? Actually, hold on, my bad. There we go. I had it inverted. Yeah, you'll have to show me what you're talking about with the divergence. Yeah, because for me, we're still chugging along. Nothing really has changed from my what I'm anticipating with Ncad or ACAD. I'm still bearish on it. Oh, is this the divergence you're talking about? This right here? That? Yeah, let me know if that's the one you're talking about. All right, we'll move on. No worries. All right, so going back to Nzd Cad. Yeah, I'm looking at the same. I've got this area here that I'm watching. I like it. We've taken out order flow here that created that high, right? That order flow is also responsible for taking out the redistribution. So once we broke it here, and we did it in the form of supply coming into the market, that's what I like. I like that 61-minute really nicely right in here. So ideally, what I'm going to be looking for is price to come back in here, anywhere in this UTAD candle, right? Is where I'd pull the trigger on taking a trade. So anywhere in that UTAD right in here. Okay. Same thing goes, since we're talking about Ncad and we're talking about ACAD. Same thing goes with ACAD. I'm looking exactly for the same thing, right? I want to see now that we've broken, right? I want to see us ultimately, and you know what? This is something I was looking at earlier. Did my drawing it? Yeah. So yeah. I was actually looking to sell it this morning, but I needed us to break. I needed us to break and we never broke. So there was no sign of weakness. And yeah, unfortunately, no weakness, no sell. All right. There we go. So what I'm looking for is the same thing. I'm looking for coming back up into this type 1 distribution. If we can get up there, that's where I'll be looking to sell it from. Going and looking at the distribution that happened before there, right? I had this marked out in here, but we never got any weakness. You have your trading range, right? You have your climax, your test, multiple tests, another test. You have your UTAD, but your UTAD never breaks structure, right? It needed to break this for me to take an entry out of here, and no break of structure, nothing to do. No, I know this doesn't happen here. Yeah, right. Yeah, is that what you were talking about, Tim? Yeah, this is just FXCM stupid. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I want to see, that's why this morning I was looking for the same. I wanted us to do this because that would give me the definitive, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to see that, because you can see what's going on here, right? It's an accumulation. This accumulation, I think, is essentially going to create that narrative of, okay, one more sweep, we do something like this to get up here, distribute out of this, and then fall off. So I'm hoping that it plays out. I'm I kind of want to see, that's what I want to, well, yeah, that is what I want to see in order for me to take something out of here. I need us to take out this. All right. If we take that out, great. If not, you know, I'm still bearish on it. You know, I don't need this low, right? I don't need this low in order to look for a sell. I do need that low in order for me to really put any kind of risk into this. But if price ends up coming up here and giving me a distribution, right, it's still order flow, right? We're still in a bearish market. I'm still trying to sell price in a bearish market. I mean, you could see what ACAD's been doing. We've just been walking this thing down ever since here. A new low, came back, a new low, came back, right? So I am, you know, eagerly looking for continuation sells on this. It is odd to see NCAD do so, but not ACAD at least yet. Okay, you're talking about the low? Yeah, if you're talking about the low, and that's why I'm okay looking for the sells on ACAD, much like the Nzd Cad trade that a bunch of us got into way up here. Where is it? Much like the Nzd Cad, come on. Oh, yeah. Much like this sell here, you know, I jumped into this before structure had broken on the intraday based off of what ACAD had done. You know, so I used ACAD, leverage that within structure for me to go ahead and dive into, you know, a sell order on Nzd Cad, which was still bullish on the intraday time frame. Okay. So now moving on. You know, I'm going to continue to look for the sells on Nzd Cad. Same with ACAD. All right, and we get up into this area here. This is where I'm going to be looking. Okay. Silver update, you know, I'm still looking for silver, shorts on silver. I'm still holding from here back in November. You can see I'm anticipating this to be just a massive redistribution, right? I really want to see if we can get back up into this price action over here. If we do, great. The one thing I will point out though is just look to see what we've done. You know, so you could see price gave this reaccumulation, we come up and then we take it out. And when we take it out, we come up and we play into the 80% of this move. And now what I'm waiting for is obviously just another push down. I was looking for this right here, an entry out of this. However, we never made a new low. Anything? No, hold on. Okay. Yeah, I've got nothing on XAU. I mean, if somebody wants to enlighten me on what XAU's direction is, I'd be more than welcome to listen. But I couldn't tell you. I could tell you this. What is maintaining right now? This is maintaining. This is our leg. So since March 2020, we've just been stuck right here. And there's absolutely nothing I want to do in here. So to all the gold traders, good luck, because I want nothing to do with it. I want nothing to do with this. I don't even want to do anything out of that distro. You know, this distro right here, because it hasn't done anything. You know, your accumulations haven't done anything. Your distros haven't done anything. So, you know, I'm just going to let it do its thing. Anything I'm looking for London or New York? Yeah, I'm kind of going through it right now. Yeah. You're bullish on gold? How come you're bullish on gold? What's your thought on it? Yeah, I mean, I'll maintain my bearish silver just because it's definitely following structure. And ideally, this is where I want to see gold come into. No break, no break below a major quarter level 1800. No break below a major quarter level. A break on what? Okay. Yeah, I mean, for me, like I said, for me, we're still bearish on it. Just we haven't made any moves since March, right? We've just been sideways. So yeah, I'm not touching it. Like there's nothing I want to do with it. When you look even on a lower time frame, just playing order flow, just look at how many times order flow gets broken. You know, yeah, even looking at this, I mean, just going back into September's price action, you know, we saw price just walk it down, complete market cycles. Then we saw the accumulation, reaccumulation to the distro. Now we came back in, but we traded below here. So this break kind of gives me the impression that we're going to do this. So yeah, I got you. So yeah, I'm not trying to fight it. I'll just stick to my silver. Silver for me is just way cleaner. Silver, I know exactly where she's going, how she's going, and just working entries all the way down. So what you got here? So you're playing order flow. That's all you're doing is just playing order flow then. Yeah. So what, I guess what, so you just took this off of a fib retracement? Yeah, I know. Good luck with it. Yeah, I honestly, I'm not, for me, it's not something I want to trade. You know, I'm not looking to, yeah, I'm not looking to make that. For me, that's not worth the risk. You know, that's probably like a 1 to 14, 1 to 15. I mean, let me see. I don't even know if I would have taken that. Oh, wait, this is silver. I guess well, the one question I have is what made you put your stop loss here? Because you didn't even break order flow going in here. Yeah, you didn't even break order flow here. All right. Yeah. No, I've seen enough with gold. I'm not looking to try to make anything out of it. I like to buy it to sell it back down. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll wait for sells. I mean, I'll wait for sells on it. My days of trying to buy and sell at the same time and all that are done. My journals definitely told me to stay away from doing that. He's trading quarter. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Anyway, so that was silver. The next one, CAD-J. CAD-J, again, I'm looking for bullishness on CAD-J. You know, nothing about this chart is weak, right? CAD-J has just been on a tear. Obviously, we could see that price came into what our intraday slingshot, right? This is the reaccumulation that caused that break. It's also the reaccumulation that caused the lower time frame break that did this. So this was very important. We came in, we tapped into 50%, and what do? We made a new high. So out of this accumulation, this is where I definitely want to play. I like going back down into here. I actually have a limit order set down in here. There we go. I have a limit order set on CAD-J right here. It's going to sit here until we make a new leg high. So this is where my limit order is. You can go down, just go down on the 1 minute, and you could see this schematic here, right? You got your climax, test, and B, and then your spring. And then you have a micro that's sitting right here. That's where I'm going to play out of, right? Oh, it won't let me go down that low. All right. Anyway, I've got it in my journal. It's a pretty clean, You don't need the seconds time frame to even see it. I mean, it's there, but on the seconds time frame, it was a super clean type 1. But that's it right there. That's where I'm going to be looking to play. So it's a really clean type 1, especially on the micro side. Really clean type 1. For me, off that 80% of it, it is a 1.3 pip stop. So that's where I'm going to be looking to play CAD, where my limit order is. What pairs have I gone through? I don't know. All of these right here, just everything active. So yeah. Now, order flow wise, I will be looking for an order flow play on CAD for a continuation move out of here, right? This is New York price action, right? This is New York price action from yesterday. We come back into here, I'll be looking for an accumulation out of this move to take her higher. All right. And of course, if there is no signs of accumulation, then I'll just wait. I'll let this thing come down into structure, and I'll wait to see what we're going to do. But this movement right here, I mean, CAD alone has this entire leg. You know, you're sitting at almost 420 pips. So, yep, yeah. I'll be happy with it. I mean, potentially, you know, maybe New York session will be down in here. You know, that's something I'll be waiting for. So, and then again, just continuation move to the upside. You know, when we look at the higher time frame, what's CAD done? You know, CAD has taken out massive structure, right? And we're ultimately going to play into this distribution up here, right? This is the distribution that I'm expecting us to get a reaction to maybe come down before making our next high, right? So we'll see how it plays out. You know, higher time frame, this is a long time in the making, right? So, but short term, I'm going to be looking to play CAD, taking new highs, taking partials as I go along. But this New York price action is where I want to play into. All right. We talked about ACAD. You know, ACAD, same thing. I'm going to be looking at it here. We'll see what happens with this accumulation. This accumulation could be the reason to take it up into my selling area. But yeah, we already talked about it. AU. So AU and NU, I'm bearish on everything against the dollar, right? But I really don't have a price area yet where I want to trade AU out of. For me, you know, if we come up higher into structure, then great. You know, and what I mean by, you know, we have a distribution up here. If we come up in there, that's an area where I would be playing out of. Current price action, though, when we look at what price has done, yeah, we have a distribution here, right? That distribution, though, unfortunately for me, doesn't qualify because of Asian highs being intact here. Doesn't qualify for me to take anything out of it. So what I would need to see is I would need to see a very clean type 1 schematic in here in order for me to even want to play this to come lower. I am bearish on it. You know, I don't know if this is going to be the area that we play out of. And the reason I don't know is because what's going on to the left of it is what raises my suspicion. Right? What I want to see is, I really wanted to see, do we come into this price action? This is the price action that ultimately caused this accumulation to turn into a redistribution, right? So this could just be another reaccumulation, just like we got here, right? You know, ultimately, just like it did here. So I'm going to sit back. I'm going to wait. You know, if it gives me something in here and I'm, you know, on the charts during New York session, I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'll take it. Other than that, I want to see it come up higher, you know? So, and that goes for NU as well. I can jump over to NU, you know, NU, same story, right? You have Asian price action that is intact in this distribution. So what I would need to do is, I'm not going to play out of Asian price action. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play a continuation play. So price comes back into that area, distributes, I'll play it. If it redistributes out of it, I'll play it. But I'm not going to set any order limits out of it until, you know, it gives me the confirmations for that. On CG, will I play out of the 50 or 80 or both? What, on that extreme? Me personally, I'm going to play out of both. just because I don't want to miss if it comes down there, I don't want to miss the entry because I wanted a 1.1 pip stop, so I'm going to play out of both. Okay. Yeah. Have you seen what EA is doing? I have not, bro. EA is, I don't even have it on my primary. EA, what is EA doing? What is EA doing? Oh, she came into the area I was looking for. The accumulation. What accumulation? What about that accumulation? You want to buy it? Just look at it. What's the chart telling you? Are you in a bullish or a bearish market? Yeah, I personally, higher time frame bearish. Yep, you're right. Higher time frames bearish. And what do I use to leverage as a comparable strength with EA? I use EN, right? And I talked about this a while ago. The whole reason I'm not looking to buy EA is because what EN has done. EN has broken that low, right? EN has broken that low. EN has come back into the redistro. I would have taken this trade in here if the spread wasn't ridiculous, but the spread is just way too stupid to take anything out of. But yeah, I honestly have no desire to try to buy EA. I would say that this is going to continue to go lower, especially at this time, Asian session, this being the low. Yeah, this is just going to continue to go lower for me. I have no desire to try to do anything with it. Not only that, but what's the, let's see. Let us see. What do we do here? Hold on. This whole thing was designed just to get up into this area here and mitigate out. What do we got? Yeah, I don't foresee it really doing anything. Let me just see. Where do they come into? That's 80%. I don't know if I can get 5 minute. Can I go 5? Yeah, I can go 5. So this is 80. Let me just see where that came into. And then we mitigate. So this is the push. I wonder where it came into. Oh, son of a gun. Man, that's where she came into. She came into that 80%. Alrighty. Well, yeah, I'm not looking at it. EA's not on my list this week, so I have no desire to try to jump into this because you're still in a bearish market. On the lower time frame, you can see this leg comes right back into your slingshot that created the break, and yeah, for me, there's no reason to do it. will it be posted? Yeah. I'll upload it to YouTube after it's done. Yeah. Okay. So we talked about AU. So CAD Chef, right? CAD Chef. Looking for shorts on CAD Chef, right? Ideally, this is what I'm looking at. And CAD Chef from a higher time frame, right? I've been bearish on this a very long time. You know, really ever since we played into this higher time frame distro, we've just been walking this down. So I'm happy with how CAD Chef has been playing out. What I really want to do though is I want to see if we can ideally play into this area here, the redistro, or into this distribution up here. You know, I do know that we have not made a low, right? So this low here, you can see this low here has not been broken, right? This low here has not been broken, but we're in a bearish market, right? We're bearish across the board. I'm perfectly content, you know, looking for sells out of that. All right, if that makes sense. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. There we go. Okay. So one of the things I was looking at this morning, just on order flow, right, was out of this area here, because we're bearish across the board. So what I want to see is this distribution right here. This distribution is what caused that. This is what's maintaining our lower time frame order flow. So what I was looking at is if we can get up there, that's what I want to play out of, right? That's what I want to play out of. This is a reason why I don't play out of Asian price action, right? Because this was a distribution that broke structure and then came right back and got swept by Frankfurt. Right? That Frankfurt open tapped up above it. And what I was waiting for today was, you could see I had my alert. I just wanted this to trade down. Had this traded down, broken this right here as a boof, then I would have set something up out of here, out of that Frankfurt open. But we never got that break. So no break, no trade for me. That's why I haven't taken any trades yet. You know, price isn't doing what I want it to do. Yeah. So now what I'm going to be anticipating is that we kind of keep going up, and I want to see that distribution up here. I want to see the distribution play into hold on 1 sec. Oh, are you kidding me? Guys, give me 1 second. Hold on. Oh, I missed a GPU drop. All right. Damn it. That sucked. Yeah, it was just 3070s. All right. Sorry, guys. Okay. I got to jump on these GPUs when they come out, man. Yeah, so I'm looking in here, right? This is where I'm looking, right in this distribution right here. And when was this? Was December 16th. So this is the distribution I want to play out of. And if you come down and look at the, oh, come on, TradingView. All right. Anyway, it's a 30-second candle. That's super, super clean. Anyway, that's where I want to see us tap into. If we could tap into that, because that is what's maintaining our order flow, then I'll be looking at it. If not, no big deal, you know. But I need to see a distribution out of it in order for me to jump into it. And again, I don't necessarily need the low taken because we're in a bearish market, right? Structure's bearish, order flow's bearish. You know, can we trade into here? Absolutely. Right? Can we trade into here? So I'm looking for those sells on CAD Chef out of there. We'll see what happens. EJ, all the JPY crosses, I'm just going to be looking for. EJ is not my favorite because we're bearish. right? We're bearish on EJ, but same thing, you know, you get that New York open that sweeps all that liquidity and then makes the new high. I'll be looking for price to come back in here. Same thing on GJ, right? For me, this is what I'm looking on GJ. Again, New York price action, we sweep the liquidity. I'm looking for an accumulation down here, right? Ideally right in this area, okay? That's where I'm going to be looking. Okay, sorry. What do you got, bro? What is this? We pass your FTMO challenge or you don't pay. Yeah, okay. This popped up on my feed the other day when you, I mean, I guess here's the question. You're going to pay, you know, like, I don't know what they charge, but you're going to pay somebody, you know, maybe I should do this. This will be a nice little income. You'll pay somebody to pass your challenge, but then what are you going to do when you have your funded account? If you can't pass a challenge, you're going to blow your funded account. So, I mean, for me, it's a moot point. You can brag about being funded. Yeah, but if you're not getting payouts, it doesn't do anything for you. You wish there were more Forex pairs. We have more opportunities per week. Yeah, but you don't, I mean, you can. What do we do? What do we do the back test on? We did it on USD Mexican, right? We did a back test on USD Mexican. Actually, I think that damn thing came into where I wanted it to come into. Where's my markup? Was it on this that we did the back test, or was it on another FXCM maybe? Oh wow! Look at that. Yeah, here's the back test we did. Look at that son of a gun, bro. Holy jeebers, bro. Are you kidding me? What did that miss by? That missed by unreal, man. Unreal. Oh well. Yeah, no, you can. I'll tell you what, we should finish this this USD Mexican. This was a nice little. I don't know if Thomas is on here. I don't think Thomas is on here. I think it's way late for him. But yeah, I know he's been killing this on USD Mexican. All right. Anyway, GJ, yeah, I'm looking for the buy. You know, we get the buy out of here. I'll play order flow. All right. I'll play order flow. And if not, you know, structure is still bullish. You know, I mean, we're mad bullish on this, right? This is what's maintaining our structure point. And ideally, we break this high, you know, I don't mind coming all the way back here, and I'll play it out of here. You know, but just keep in mind, you know, GJ, and I talked about this last week. You know, GJ's bullish. Absolutely, it's bullish. But just keep in mind what you're seeing. You know, this should tell you something. You know, you've got 1, 2, 3. Now this drive, could this potentially be, you know, a UTAD? Could we get a break that finally sends this thing down? We could, you know, so just keep that always. Like, one of the things I always do is I always look at a chart and I always ask myself, where's my buy and where's my sell, right? Because you can be in a bullish market and still have a sell area, right? You just may have to go in a higher time frame. So, you know, don't always be closed-minded to the opposite end of whatever that trade is, you know. So for me, I've got the sell picture. I've got what I want to see in order for me to commit to sells on GJ. But until that happens, I'm going to just be buying the crap out of it. Okay. All right. So that's GJ, right? GU. So yeah, I'm looking to sell GU as well. I've been selling GU for a while. You know, I ended up closing out of all my GU shorts just because the swap fee was killing me, man. So what I'm going to be looking for short term, right? I want to play out of this distribution that ultimately caused this low. Now we are being maintained structure from here, right? And this is the distribution that's maintaining it, this being my slingshot. So, you know, I was looking in here to see what we would get. There was no break. I think I was looking at it this morning, right? Yeah, I was looking at it this morning. What I wanted to see out of this ugly distribution, this is why I don't take ugly schematics early in the week. What I needed to see was a distribution here. And you could see, this is what I like to see, honestly. I like to see price just punch through the area I wanted to be maintained. Because in that case, there's absolutely no desire, no trap for me. There's nothing like, oh, I like this, let me get into it. You know, we broke this high, I'm done with it, right? I'm done with it. And now ultimately what I want to see is I want to see us build another distribution. If we can get another distribution inside of this right here, yeah, that's where I'll play, right? That's where I'll play. So anywhere in here is where I want to see that distribution play out. What you got on UJ, bro? Buys? Yeah, same thing. Yep. Same exact lean, bro. Yep. You got your slingshot here, the reaccumulation. You got the extreme. What you do, just mark, you just measure that, right? Is that the 80%? It looks like it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I got the same thing. I got the same exact thing on UJ. Yeah. So GU, I'm looking for the short. You know, we'll see what happens. You know, UCAD, I am looking for UCAD buys. One of the things I was looking at a buy out of here. You could see we tapped in there on New Year's Eve. And now what I want to see, because we haven't broken any structure, any order flow, I want to see an accumulation down here. So as we trade back into this area, I want to see an accumulation in here, you know, in this price action right here. And all I did was just measure this last push right here. So that's my 50 and my 80. We get down into this area, I'll play it. If not, if we make the high, then I'll just play the continuation plays, right? I'll play the reaccumulations. So I'm looking for UCAD buys on it. UCHEF, same thing like UJ, right? Looking for buys. You know, we broke order flow. Walking this down, right? It's all about, well, where did this happen? You know, obviously I still had those buy orders there. Price never came back. We ended up taking out the high, coming back into this push, right? So like when we look at this accumulation, right? There we go. When we look at this accumulation, if I measure this last push to here, where did price come into? Price came into the 80%, gave us a reaction. That reaction caused a break of order flow, right? So out of that, I'm going to look for that continuation play. I'm going to look for the buys on US dollar Swiss franc. And what I'm looking for is out of this price action, just like UJ, right? We had an accumulation, we had a reaccumulation, right? So price comes down into here. I'll look for entries in this area here to take it higher. That's what I'm going to be, you know, ultimately waiting for. Ideally, you know, it'd be a perfect scenario. We get Asian session to come down, maybe get the manipulation during London. We break, New York comes back to mitigate, and we can take this higher. That's what I'm going to be looking for. All right. And then same thing, just like Cash had. I'm looking for UJ buys. Where are they? Yeah, looking for UJ buys out of the same exact area, right? So massive reaccumulation. I don't know where my arrow went. Massive reaccumulation, right? This is your shakeout. You had an accumulation here. You had the reaccumulation here. So I'm looking for that to take it higher, right? Ideally, you know, my targets are going to be into the higher time frame highs. Cross. Why is that not here? All right, there we go. How do you track when the swap fees are making a trade not worth hurting. Is there diminishing returns after a point? Yeah, just, I mean, you can check what you're being charged for your swap, you know? So, I mean, you can see what the swap is being charged, and then you can look. So, you know, depending on your broker, right? Oh, you know what? I'm on Chrome. So depending on your broker, like I can go to Awanda's swap fees, right? Give me a sec. So all your brokers should have what the fees are, right? So you can come over here, you can go to Awanda, and where is it? Here it is. Here's your swaps, right? So depending on the position size, you can see what your long and short rates are every day. You know, you can just come and it'll tell you exactly what it is. And then at 5 p.m. Eastern, you get popped for that swap fee. So some of them have positive, some of them have negative, right? Like you can look, where's GU? If you look at GU, this is why I closed out my GU. So GU on the, hold on the shorts, GU was they were charging me 1.17%, which was just for what I was doing. It was crazy. You know, look at this, man, for buys on Euro Try. Jeez, man. And that's because of the meltdown on the Turkish lira. You know, 34% is what you're paying swap fee every day, 34%. And if you want to hold a short, they'll give you 6%, which is crazy, crazy. So yeah, you can look to see what your swap fees are. You know, Euro USD for the longest time was paying positive swap for shorts. And look at that. Now it's down to negative 39, you know, almost 0.4%, you know. So that's why I'm okay holding the short that I'm holding, because they're only charging me, you know, very minimal amount. You know, it's literally, you know, $1.21 per lot is what it comes down to, almost, where I was getting charged a whole heck of a lot more, you know, on the GU short. So I do keep, you know, I always keep this in mind when I'm looking at stuff. You know, you could see, you know, the EG short I'm holding, it's a minimal swap fee. So yeah, some of them, when they start getting crazy, you know, I think I held like a GA buy for a very long time. One time, GA buy, it's not too bad right now, almost 0.9 of a point. So yeah, but you can just log on to whatever broker you use, and they should have their swap fees printed. All right, so that was UJ. Now oil, I know somebody was looking at oil. I mean, I'm bullish on oil. I mean, we came very nicely in to this push right here. We came into the 50%. I was actually looking for price to come back and mitigate. Where was I looking? I was looking here. So I wanted us to come back into this area here, but we just never did. So I'm, you know, this is already a reaccumulation. I'm expecting this to go higher. Where are we at? Yeah, I'm expecting this to go higher. What made me close my GA buy? My GA buy, so I closed it. So I got in January 3rd, right? January 3rd, I got in, I think. I got in my GA buy right here. Yeah, here's my buys. I got in right here. So these were my buys that I got into GA. January 8th, and then January 11th. And my partial out areas, right? I took partials here. I took partials here. You know, I was calling 185 for a very long time. That's where I wanted to take it up to. And then what I wanted to get it up to was, where did I mean, ideally I wanted to get it all the way up to here. We just didn't, you know, I really didn't see it. I ended up closing out when we got into this price action here, and we started to get the pullback because it was just costing me way too much in swap. to hold it out. So, but yeah, I mean, I held it from, you know, realistically, I took the bulk of it out at 1,200 pips almost, you know, but I held it for almost a little over 6 months, you know, and then once I started to see this, I figured we were going to get a decent pullback. So I tried hedging in here on the sells, you know, to sell it down. I caught a couple sells, but then got break evens on them. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, what forced me or caused me to close this one was it just, what I was holding in volume wasn't worth the swap fees I was paying, you know? So yeah, that's kind of why. But otherwise I would have hedged, you know. For me, I'd rather have one of my order, you know, the order hit break even and at least get into a larger position on the hedge than closing out in profit what little I had open. So, but yeah, going back to oil. I mean, I'm bullish on it. You know, I mean, we look at what this is doing. This is going to be a reaccumulation if it's not already. And what's that candle? Let's see. I don't know if there's going to be a full volume candle in that. I like it though. Yeah, I would imagine you're going to see probably tomorrow equities open. We're going to see a buy. Did we break the high? Yeah, we did. Yeah. Yeah. So this is already a confirmed reaccumulation. So just on an order flow play, I'd be probably looking. I'd be playing out of this accumulation right here. So you've got a micro accumulation going on here. I mean, there's no candle, but if it lines up with this 1 minute, yeah, if it lines up with that 1 minute, the 80%, that's where I'd be looking to take it. Yeah, it's just 80% is just below. Yeah, just below it. So this is the area right in here. This is probably where I'd be looking for a buy on oil. Right in here. Actually, I haven't taken an oil buy in a very long time. I actually may do one. Yeah, I'll tell you this. I do like that low down there. I actually may throw something in on it. But I won't trade it. I don't like to trade oil outside of New York stock market hours. So I'll wait for the morning. You know, we'll see what happens. We don't necessarily need to come all the way down either. I would be looking what happened here at this Frankfurt Open. Yeah, this Frankfurt Open right here, this little accumulation. That's an area that I would be kind of paying attention to as well. Yeah, especially since it swept, right? Frankfurt swept Asian lows. So we swept the Asian lows. And we also swept New York. Yeah, we also swept New York. We also swept that New York low. So out of this, you know, and you could see the attempted distribution right here. You've got Asian session did 1 drive, 2 drive, 3 drive, 4, your UTAD, right? This is why I don't like to, I don't trade Asian. And then what happened? So you had your creek, right? Your distro, your 1 drive, your 2 drives down, your jump across the creek, your break of the high. So now I want to see this come back to mitigate. So this is the other area I'd be paying attention to. We'll see. We'll see what it does. So this is the entire Frankfurt Open right here. So anything in here is where I'd be paying attention. Yeah. So those are pretty much the 2 points I'd be looking at. See what we do in here. If we can get an accumulation, I'll take it. If not, I'd be taking this. All right. That's pretty much everything I'm looking for this week. You know, indices. I mean, listen, indices are bullish. You know, I was actually looking for a buy this morning out of New York price action. I did this right here. It never gave me anything to take a buy out of. And then what did US 30 do today? US 30. Oh, you know what? I wasn't even looking at US 30 because US 30 didn't make the high. Yeah. Yeah, so this is where I see US 30 coming to. Trading into that to go make that high. Pound Chef. Pound Chef, man. I haven't looked at Pound Chef in a long time either. Pound Chef. I think the last time I looked at it was, well, I was a little gassed about this because that missed my entry. And then I was looking here. I don't know what I was doing there. What was this? If you're looking for shorts, I mean, yeah, I definitely agree with the bearishness on it. What did I do here? Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember this one. This one missed me too. That's what she missed me by during New York session. What was this? 2.5 pips. Yeah, I mean, I'm bearish on it, just looking at it. So, I mean, just keep in mind where your leg is though, right? Your leg is, there we go. So your leg is not this, right? Your leg is from up here. That's your leg. This is the break. So yeah, I mean, I'd look in here. I'd look in here. Just look at how many times in this price action, you know, I don't, when you go to implement a strategy or something, you know, always do its due diligence, back test it, right? You know, this is something a year ago when we were looking at a bunch of stuff. I really started to notice the Frankfurt Open. Notice Frankfurt, notice Frankfurt, notice Frankfurt, notice Frankfurt, notice, well, this one, not so much. But you notice in that distribution stage, Frankfurt's always testing supply and then drop, supply, drop. even this, I mean, this was New York price action and then the drop. So I would venture to say where price is at currently. Let's see. So what happened in here? Hold on. So this is pre-New York. Yeah, that's where I'd be waiting. I'd be waiting up here on G-Chef. I saw a video, you said you are now more for type 1 schematic because its winning rate is high. So if we have a 3 drive and we don't get a UTAT or spring, but the 3rd drive is big, no, I don't consider the 3rd drive as the UTAT or spring. At what point I'd put a limit on, at what point I wait for a schematic, oh man, we'd be here all night. It's all, yeah, I mean, I have scenario-based rules. Yeah, but it's, I mean, I don't even know an easy way to describe it. There's I don't know, there's got to be easily 100 different scenarios in which I would decide whether or not I'm putting a limit, I'm putting half risk limit, I'm waiting for a schematic. Yeah, no, there's, if it comes into structure, right? Typically I'm going to have a limit into structure. If it's order flow, I will not have, I mean, those are the definitives. I will never have a limit off of order flow. I will only play schematics, and I will have a limit off of structure, definitely higher time frame, and like your intradays and your higher time frames. Lower time frame, I typically will maybe split risk. It depends on the scenario, so yeah, that's I mean, that's the easiest way to describe it. Yeah, I can easily say there's got to be over 100 different scenarios, because that's just the amount of scenarios that I've kind of played through in the last couple of months on whether or not and how I approach my risk assessment on it. So anyway, yeah, pound chef, that's where I'd be waiting. I'd be waiting right here for the sell. Yeah, you got it, man. Have a good one. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. And that's about it. I mean, that's everything I'm watching. Like I said, EN and EA aren't on my watch list this week. I do like the distribution on EN, but it's just not worth it for me. I mean, the spread is just ridiculous right now. So, on a Wanda, it's 6.5 pips. Even on TPT, I think it's gone up. It's like 2.9 pips the other day I saw it. So, yeah, EN is just going to sit on the sideline for a bit until they figure out the spread limit on it. Yeah. With that being said, anybody have anything else they're looking at? I'll be looking for buys on indices if they present themselves tomorrow morning. Unless we get some major break of structure tonight, and that's pretty much everything I got. On the crypto side, listen, just wait for the pullbacks. They're going to happen. They're definitely going to happen. I'll tell you what, there's this one right here. If you're not following a lot of the crypto stuff, I ended up taking a small order. Actually here, I got triggered, did a buy my market. I'm looking to cost dollar average here. I like this. Jump on, look at the white paper. it's a sports related token. I like it a lot. It's already listed on Coinbase Pro. That's where I bought it. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these, man, Adam's just been on a tear. Those of you guys that were on the stream a while ago, back in the summertime, we were buying, we were buying around the $10 mark on Atom. Came in perfectly into this reaccumulation. And then once we broke the high, I was looking in the slingshot area. I wanted to start buying around $18, $22, right? So we saw price come in, beautiful accumulation, came in perfectly. I mean, just perfect entry for me. I took an entry here. We broke. I took another entry here. We broke. I had another entry here, but just never came back. So these orders here at $22 are doing really great because we've already doubled price. And Atom is just on a tear right now. So, I'm happy. Let this sucker just keep rolling up. We've already taken out and made an all-time high, which was really, really nice. And, a couple of the other cryptos as well. What was another one? I know there was one that I was really, really looking at. Oh, don't get me started on Ravencoin. So Ravencoin, get ready. If the halvening is happening January 10th. So we're right around the corner. I've been mining the crap out of Ravencoin. I got three blocks of that I found on my one GPU in the month of December. And the block payout was 5,000 Ravencoin. So, minus the fee that I had to pay for the solo mining, I walked away with 49.50 times 3. So I've got a nice little pocket of Ravencoin for the month of December. It's actually, it doing really nicely. So a lot of the mining stuff is doing really, really good. Pre-search, I did a video on pre-search. Unfortunately, when I did the video, it took me a while to get it, I guess, out and uploaded because of the holidays. I was looking for buys in here. I ended up getting into it around, 22 cents, 23 cents. And this thing has just skyrocketed. We saw price get up to 43 cents at one point, but I do like it. Like I said, every time I do a search, I get paid in pre-search tokens. It's like the Brave browser. You could see I've already made, I haven't cashed out yet, but this is from December 1st. So I've made 54 pre-search. It's not much, it's a couple bucks, but it adds up and I'm holding it. I'm going to just keep throwing it into my wallet. But yeah, anyway, looking at all that, Flux was the other one. I dropped a video today on Flux. Flux has just been on a tear. Flux hit an all-time high again. When I first started getting into Flux, and I threw this in the Discord a while ago, I threw it over the summer, I started buying Flux in here, right around like the 14, 16 cent mark when we were in here. And this thing has just continued to just massively move to the upside. So, you can see I'm up. One of them is almost 2,000%. The other is almost 1,000%. And just looking to keep this thing going. I'm personally not going to be buying any more Flux. I'm just mining it. I make 50 Flux every 9 days. So I'm perfectly content just letting this thing just continue to go higher and higher and higher. And that's pretty much it. That's everything I got for tonight. Do you see US dollar pairs being bullish for NFP? I am bullish on US dollar crosses. Yes, I'm bullish on US dollar crosses. So yeah, you get paid to research. It's the token's called pre-search. Yeah, pre-search. And it's just it's its own browser. So if you're just jump on my YouTube, and I did a video on it. But instead of using Google, I use this, so, whatever you want to, type in anything, and you get paid. You can only get paid for 30 searches a day. So I have this on all my computers, and every time, you know, you'll see, I get paid 0.86 pre-search every search. You know, every time I do a search, this goes up 0.086. So it adds up, you know, and it's a decentralized search engine. So there's no tracking, there's nothing, you know, which is what I like. So, Aura Chain? No, what is Aura Chain? I have no idea. What is it? Helium 2 is just going crazy too, man. Aura Chain token. So it's on the Cosmos ecosystem, huh? Okay. He mentioned it? Yeah. I'll have to look at it. I'll see what I'll tell you one that I'm really interested in right now. I ordered a miner on is SC Prime. So it's a data storage. Where is it? SC Prime. Here we go. It's a cloud data storage where they pay you in crypto. This is one that I personally don't own any yet, but I ordered the miner. When you go online to purchase the miner, let's see. Mining info. Nope. Hold on. Anyway, this is trading at like $1.36. So hold on. XA miner, that's what it is. XA miner. It's trading at $1.36, and pretty much what you're doing is it's a NAS, right? It's a network storage. So I bought one of these. You know, you can see they have two types right now: 16 terabyte or 64 terabyte. When you go onto them, you can't order them, right? You have to join the wait list. So they'll send you an email. You know, I waited, I think, like, I don't know, 2 weeks. And, you know, this one here, $1,500. But the R2R on it is fantastic, right? So it's a 16 terabyte unit. And if you come over here and you look at what the profitability is on it, right? Let's see. So the profitability on it, 16 terabyte unit. If you max it out, well, let's just say you fill it up halfway, right? You fill it up halfway. So it's using, you know, 8 terabytes. You're getting paid $1,066.50 in SC Prime tokens. And like I said, it is trading right now. It's trading right now at $1.36, $1.37, right? $1.37. So, you know, you're making essentially, what is it, 1066? You're making 1460 a month. So you have a 1 month ROI. You know, if you can, you know, obviously it's on the test net right now. It's not fully operational, so you're probably going to have to wait a little bit to get fully, you know, operational with it. But I mean, you max it out at 16. You're looking at, you know, 2160 times $1.37, which is, you know, $3,000. You know, it's $3K. You know, and if you go for the big boy, which I tried getting the big boy, but I still haven't got my email. So the big boy, 8640. You know, that is massive. So, you know, just renting out the storage on those NASs, that's what you're getting paid for. So at $1.37, you're looking at 12K a month just in providing the storage, you know. So that's awesome. You know, that's kind of what, you know, for me, it's all about finding multiple streams of passive income. So yeah, XA miner, you know, like I said, join their wait list. You'll get an email. It took me, maybe like 2 weeks, 2 weeks to get the email. Yeah. Yeah. It's just for storing. That's all it is. Just for storing. So, because the whole program, it's a cloud-based storage, so it's secured storage, and yeah, I mean, it's pretty decent. So like I said, I bought one of these. I really wanted the big boy, but I haven't received, because you just do 2 email addresses. I did this one here, and then I signed up for this one here, which was, I mean, it's double the price, but it's like 4 times the size. So, but yeah, XA Miner, give it a shout. I may do a quick little video just so that everyone can see like where and what links and stuff like that to go off of. But yeah, other than that, I mean, that's everything I got. Just, yeah. Yeah. With that being said, anybody else got anything else that they are looking at, anything else they want to cover? If not, I am going to call it a night. I've got my hot tub sitting in the back. It's nice though. What do I think about Lena? It's a good buy, but man, it's nowhere near where I want to buy. That's the only problem with Lena. Yeah, I'd buy it. I mean, I would love to buy Lena, but it's nowhere. Hold on. Oh wait, no. I was thinking about Luna. I don't know about Lena, man. This thing has just collapsed. What's the market cap on it right now? Hold on. Ethereum? Yeah, what about Ethereum? I mean, I'm bullish on it. Just like Bitcoin, I'm expecting the pullback. I mean, this thing is in a major pullback. Just from March. I don't know. I tell you this, just looking at this chart here, I would wait for the accumulation to get confirmed. So, I mean, realistically, you get that, let it play in and start dollar cost averaging here. That's kind of what I would do with it. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. The staking on Lena is like 80%. Yeah, you want to see some crazy staking, man. I've talked about QuickSwap before. Where is it at? Quick. Obviously, they pay you out in Quick, and Quick is eventually will get back up to like $1,000 a coin. But some of these are just ridiculous, man. Where is it at? Let it. Oh, you know what? I think I got to change over to the Matic network. Hold on. There it is. So, these aren't, these are just your stable coin ones, right? A bunch of Matic stuff. But, if you want to jump on some Cairo and Matic, they're paying out 211,000%. If you want to jump on, hold on, let me get out to the red here. You want to jump on some Genesis and Quick, stake Genesis and Quick, and they'll pay out 513,602%. Those are some good APY percentages. PSP, you do some PSP and Matic, 401%, 401,741%. So, but they'll pay you in Quick, which is, I'm perfectly fine getting paid in Quick. I mean, it's just another one that I'll do. But yeah. So yeah. Well, listen. With that being said, thanks for hopping on. If you guys have anything else, definitely give me a shout in the Discord. I'll try to answer it. Just keep in mind, I mean, like I do get a ton of messages. So yeah. But other than that, I'll catch everybody later. Alrighty. Have a good one. Thanks for hopping on.